riasat. The topic today which I'm going to discuss is to persuade my audience to let you people know about the domestic corporal punishment should not be illegal and be recognized as an acceptable method of discipline. Domestic corporal punishment, what is that? First we must have to know about that thing, that what does that mean, and what are the benefits and are manifested leading less people to instantly cry, abuse when a child is hit. It is basically when you beat a child. Okay, options. There are so many options. Let's face it, life is full of options. What if you are going to make any decision and you know the result, that what is the possible way, whatever you are going to do, what will be the result? If you know how to do that thing, definitely you have an option, and you would rather go instead of any other or trial and error basis, you would directly go on that direction. That's exactly that's exactly the type of the skill which parents use to teach their children. It's not an insult for the children, but it is a domestic corporal punishment, which in public, if we saw those type of things, it's going to be known as a child abuse. But that's not a child abuse. When a dilemma is presented, most people's decisions are based on the option that closely resembles a response experienced before. For instance, if crossing the street without parents is going to hurt, a physical pain. From this, jumping ahead of ourselves, there is a need to define the domestic corporal punishment, the act between a parent or a guardian and a child. Domestic corporal punishment may involve spanking or slapping with an open hand or with an object which is not sharp enough to puncture the skin. Like these type of things which is used. It's also the objects like slippers, belts, whatever, it's going to be used to be spank the child. There are too many cases reported as child abuse, and actually those were domestic corporal punishment. If the society can recognize, better know about the difference between the domestic corporal punishment and child abuse, people may realize the difference between domestic corporal punishment and a child abuse. It's not a bad stigma. It is difficult to replicate childhood situation for scientific research. There are so many other factors to consider. Demographic for families that practice corporal punishment usually involve families of lower socio-economic situation, religion, minorities, and more for boys than girls. Furthermore, corporal punishment is not a single generation occurrence, usually being a part of a family practice for years because of all these extraneous factors. There is never a direct correlation between domestic corporal punishment and how a child will grow up. There is no such link. Although the practice of domestic corporal punishment is very controversial, it is still legal. Spanking children is legal in America in every state. The variation is different per state according to the US law. According to the US government, it is allowed in the home, being it is the decision of the parents and the guardian. In other situations like schools and group home, the state decides if corporal punishment is legal. It would be great if everyone knows the restrictions. With the knowledge, everyone would be better able to understand and recognize corporal punishment instead of instantly thinking any act of violence towards children is still child abuse. You might ask what is accomplished by employing corporal punishment. Primarily, it creates a heterocy in the household. There needs to be an understanding of role for children. Many children do not understand language during corporal punishment is dominant, and thus actions speak louder than words. At certain points, you have to do corporal punishment because there are more actions. The child can associate an action with a repercussions. Connected to this, the child can also gain artificial instincts to wrong action. For example, when a child is considered an action that resembles an action done before which resulted in a punishment, the child can reconsider his or her current intention of action. As a result, domestic corporal punishment is used when all other disciplinary methods are failed. So this is our responsibility, comes with a warning which parents first usually give to their children. It's not like no one hates children, everyone loves children. We teach, even still we are at this age, we still make mistakes, and we are first given certain things, certain instructions, and even if we are not followed by those, we are supposed to be spanked. It is the duty of parents, current parents, and future parents like you people to feel the morality concept enough to teach a child right from wrong, that what is right and what is wrong, and remember that lesson for yourself too. The biggest argument against domestic corporal punishment is that parents become addicted of being doing the same thing again and again, and it doesn't affect the child anymore. It escalates to other side of the child abuse line. So it is the duty of a parent to teach the child. So the next time when you see a child being punished or spanked by someone in a street or in a shopping mall, don't rush to call the child service. It is legally action for the parent to practice when they see fit. So please let parents do their job in a proper way so a child can grow up in a proper manner.